Greetings, it is I, Susie Q. I'm sharing some of my Akashic records. I've got a lot of words. A lot of words, people. I've been writing since 2008, and I'm still writing and processing these words and also going into videos. All right, we're going to get started right now. The skin you're in is simply an indicator of the course of studies you'll be immersed in within this timeline. Granted, there will be course corrects related to your adaptability to choose carefully the right elements to best sustain your higher states of purpose. There will be energetic threads of potentiality across all spectrums of a person's life, some beneficial and others. Just as your adaptability here has created specific tendencies, consider this that your tendencies perhaps may not be your exact innate qualities. Repetitive natures derive breath easily and readily. All the while, the soul's purpose is allowing the frequencies you discern as your own and you play it out in entirety. Imagine you drop into this planetary school as an adult. You come into this new world just as a baby, nude and unaware of this place. You find yourself in a strange world where the activity about is frenetic by nature and so loud. You arrived in high structures where the ground upon this planet was not evident. Confused and bewildered, the world before this one was clear and bodies there were lighter than here. Subtle qualities, soft to the touch. Now you find yourself in density that you've never experienced before. You don't know how it fit in because you remember that you can fly, and yet you hesitate and disallow your abilities to shine. In a flash, you learn that coverings to the body are needed, and you find covering, and all the while it appears that no one really sees you. There may be some verbal chatter. How confusing this world really is. Attempting to find the reason to be here now is opaque and obscure. All right, so we're moving into another Akashic record, my own records. Into and over the fields you go. May remembrances of the many lives and origins of your soul purpose seep in, just as the waves and the ocean come ashore. Be fluid in this your life. Adapt in new ways to shine your brilliance. It's safe to be you. Soul purposes are varied for all sentient beings. Remembrances are key. If a slide or picture show appears before you and it's not your clearest vision for now, let it go. Quietude under the sun awakens the callings for you. The majesty that is you is blessed beyond measure in all expressions that you can create. A glow pure essence shown. Susie Q with the Record Keepers. Awesome. All right. So, it's kind of fun, looking at some of my Akashic records. And it came from a proper English woman back in 2008. And that was the beginning of me going into what we call poetry or to the Akashic records. And I've been doing it for a long time. I really love looking at all of my material. I've got all these binders and all these things on my computer. I mean, there's just so many freaking words. And I just love sharing some of these sentiments and some of these, experiences that I've been living in, So sometimes you maybe think that, oh gosh, what can I do? Well, what could you do? What would be best for you? Maybe you don't want to be a writer. Maybe you don't want to, be on a YouTube channel and do all this stuff. But what else would you like to do? Maybe you like to cook, or maybe you like to do gardening, or maybe you want to paint, or maybe you want to learn how to dance. Maybe you want to be a ballerina again. I used to be a ballerina when I was a little kid. But there's so much more that we can create, with our own sense of, the presence of now. I call it the Iman, the Iman energy. It's the eternal moment of now. And in every moment of the eternal moment of now, we can create something new. We could start releasing things. We can bring things in. We could figure out what would be next, and all of that would be really spectacular. So I really love embracing and sharing these words. So many words, so many words, so many words. And it's really kind of part of my vibe. So back down in Dripping Springs, maybe a number of years ago, maybe 20 years, I don't even know how long it was. Anyway, but I was just doing all of these things back in 2008, and I was right there in Dripping Springs, my beautiful house, 5 acres. It was so beautiful. But I'm still kind of like, just looking back at things and just noticing that words are meaningful, and sometimes words are not meaningful. Maybe when you start looking at different ways of looking at life, you might find that there's some other things that you might want to develop. So I love developing new things, especially with words and also with this written pieces. All of this has been really super fun. I really enjoy putting out some of my content, see what you think. Sometimes people are like, what is she really doing? Like, what the heck is that? But I really have a lot of fun with it, and I really enjoy just looking at my own material. Sometimes I look at some of my material and I'm like going, who freaking wrote this? Sometimes when you're doing the Akashic Records, it's kind of like a state of consciousness, or I can't really even explain what it is. But eventually I don't even know what the words mean. I had to go to the dictionary to do this with the Akashic Records, but it's been so freaking fun. I've really enjoyed it. I'm here in sunny Scottsdale. I do other stuff beyond the writing and also videos and putting out content. I'm also working with quantum healing hypnosis technique. I'm a practitioner, level 2, a practitioner, and I'm doing the Akashic Records, subconscious clearing, working with walk-ins, near-death experiencers, just so many things that could happen, But basically, my favorite place is the subconscious mind. That's kind of my SC. It's kind of like my bestie is the SC. And so sometimes when it's in a session with QHHT in the second hour of that hypnosis piece, that's where we get the pearls of wisdom, and we start kind of creating things, and then we start letting things go, breathing in and then breathing out. And it's kind of that state of flow of consciousness that is always available to create something new right now, or just letting some things go. I think right now with the times is that there's a lot of experiences where we can start letting a lot of things go, start releasing, dissolving, erasing, removing. Any of those words might be good for you. Maybe you could do something in your house. Maybe you want to clear a few things. Maybe you want to create more space. Maybe you want more books. I have a friend here in Unity, Phoenix, and she is giving away a lot of her material, her metaphysical stuff. And I am so happy that she's asking me to take some of that material. I've got all of these books, and I have all of these different metaphysical ways of, operating. And I'm just so excited that she's sharing that with me. I absolutely love her. She's a real sweet, divine being. All right, so I think that's it for now. Akashic Records, I think I did maybe 2 or 3 versions of those. You can also focus in on your own self about how do you do the Akashic Records? How do you do that? Well, this morning I woke up and I think I went to bed at 6:30 last night, and then I woke up at 5. So I don't know what's going on with me. I don't know. I'm in another kind of like an altered state, basically. But I love just kind of looking at all of these stories and these sharings and these beautiful experiences. And again, like I said, my favorite thing is the SC, the subconscious mind. So we'll see you soon. And namaste.